morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Dialogue between government and Dr. Govinda K.C. remains elusive even as Dr. K.C.'s hunger strike enters the third week. Government reluctant to call off the controversial medical education bill. Government prepares to allocate billions of rupees to purchase weapons for Nepal Army. Nepal police still forced to rely on outdated firearms. Motion of no confidence against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government moved by the opposition defeated by voice and division vote. And Pakistan opening tour of Fakhar Zaman and Imam ul Haq set the world record of 302 runs for the opening wicket partnership against Zimbabwe. Let us now begin with the latest national political updates. Major complications have developed in the health of Dr. Govinda K.C., who has been staging fast unto death protest for the past 21 days. Dr. K.C. has even denied treatment, citing the government's persistent apathy towards addressing his demands. Citing his worsening health condition, the doctors involved in Dr. K.C.'s treatment tried to get his blood sample for assessment yesterday. The senior orthopedician, however, refrained from complying, saying that the government has continued to ignore his demands. Meanwhile, a number of visitors attended the protesting doctor yesterday as well, including leaders and well-wishers. Representatives of Dr. K.C. have stated that the government failed to exhibit any seriousness towards his demands despite the hunger strike entering into the third week. They insisted that the negotiation has remained elusive due to government's continued indifference. The government had forcefully flown Dr. K.C. from Jumla to Kathmandu via chopper on Thursday, insisting to hold further negotiation with the fast unto death doctor. The proposed negotiation, however, has failed to convene yet, despite expectations of the supporters and associates of the Dr. K.C. They said that not even a notice has been issued regarding the much-awaited meeting. This has raised further concerns regarding Dr. K.C.'s worsening health condition. Meanwhile, coordinator of the high-level task force regarding medical education, Kedar Vakta Mathema, has opined that the government should pass the medical education bill as per the ordinance to address Dr. Govinda K.C.'s demands and save his life. After meeting Dr. K.C., who has been staging fast unto death for the past 3 weeks, the former Vice-Chancellor of Tribhuvan University said that the government should not delay in paying serious attention towards Dr. K.C.'s demands. He added that it was disappointing to see the government's apathy even at a time when Dr. K.C.'s health has been deteriorating by the day. Mathema has suggested the government to quit flaunting its two-thirds majority and listen to the voice raised by the general countrymen at large. The representatives of Dr. Govinda K.C. and the government faction have failed to produce a conducive environment to reach a common ground, as both the factions are firm on their respective stance. Dr. K.C. and Nepali Congress have been calling to withdraw the medical education bill, while the government is preparing to finalize the bill through parliamentary procedures. Dr. K.C. has been demanding the government to withdraw the replacement bill, which is against the agreement he had reached with the government. The government, meanwhile, wants to settle the issue through parliamentary procedures, saying that the bill has already been registered at the Parliament Secretariat. The government is of the opinion that changes would be made if required. Meanwhile, the government has also assured that it was flexible for holding a dialogue in this regard and that the parliament was postponed for 7 days for the same reason. However, Minister of Law Shehbaz Thamang has informed that parliamentary proceedings would move ahead to pass the bill despite protests from the opposition. The responsibility of the first line of defense in terms of domestic security lies in the hands of Nepal Police. Nepal Police is also primarily responsible for containing criminal activities, controlling crowds and maintaining overall peace and security. However, Nepal Police has been going about with its responsibility with the help of outdated weapons, which were largely used during the time of the Second World War. In contrast, the government is preparing to allocate as much as 6 billion rupees to procure weapons for Nepal Army. Meanwhile, preparations are underway to purchase 10,000 units of the M16 rifles for Nepal Army along with other sophisticated weapons. It seems reasonable to buy modern-day weapons to make Nepal Army habituated to the technologically sophisticated firearms. However, Nepal Police has still been compelled to operate with the old-fashioned and outdated weapons, although being responsible to face all kinds of challenges while maintaining internal security and solidarity. The 75% of the total weapons possessed by Nepal police are of the assault nature. 80% of them are the mere 303 rifles dating back to 75 years. It has already been 10 years since the police has been urging the government to replace the outdated weapons, but to no avail. The scenario is such that the Nepal police personnel are forced to simply rely on the 303 rifles, even during encounters with criminals or automated weapons. The government has been providing money to Nepal Army to buy weapons right away after request. It has, however, remained indifferent to replace even the highly necessary weapons for Nepal police. The number of avoidable human casualties during police activism, in fact political activisms and protests, has mainly been attributed to the police being devoid of advanced weapons as needed in such situations. Experts thus opine that the government should prioritize modernization and strengthening of Nepal police, which is a crucial entity to ensure effective domestic security. The Nepalese embassy in Washington, D.C. is all set to buy a residential building for Nepalese embassy. The Foreign Ministry, however, is yet to clarify the validity of purchasing the building. The government had sanctioned 850 million rupees for the purchase of the residential building for the ambassador in Washington, D.C. The embassy wants to use the present office area as residence for its officials. The Nepalese embassy in the U.S. has been trying to purchase a new residential house, as the offices of other diplomatic agencies are also stationed in the same building. Nepalese ambassador to the U.S. Arjun Karki says that the efforts of the Nepalese embassy is finally paying dividends. However, the former ambassador to the U.S. Sankar Sharma is of the opinion that such financial burden should not be put at the government. The government is currently spending some 500,000 rupees as rental amount. Time now for the international news. After a 12-hour-long debate, the motion of no confidence against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government, moved by the opposition, was defeated by voice and division vote yesterday. Speaker of the Indian Parliament, Sumitra Mahajan, tabled the motion for a voice vote first, after which she ruled that the Treasury benches have won the poll. Following this, the division vote was recorded with the help of automatic vote recording system. The Modi government sailed through the vote with 325 votes. The opposition gathered 126 votes against the government. The heated debate saw much of the drama as the opposition parties surrounded the ruling party from all the sides. Earlier in the day, Indian opposition leader Rahul Gandhi created a flutter in parliament yesterday, giving Prime Minister Narendra Modi a surprise hug during a heated debate and said he had nothing but love for his bitter political foe. During his speech, Modi attacked the opposition and said that in reality it was Gandhi's trial for support from his allies in the opposition for 2019 nationwide elections in the guise of the no confidence motion. The ruling BJP is setting up next year's vote as a presidential-style contest between the experienced Modi with long years of service in government against Gandhi, portrayed as a political novice, handed the reins of his Congress party because of the accident of birth. A government committee investigating on the alleged tourists trekking on Himalayan trails has inquired trekking agencies, hospitals and airlines providing chopper service. Tour operators are found to lure tourists through cheap packages, but are later found to mint money out of these tourists in the name of rescue efforts when they fall sick on high altitude. A committee led by Joint Secretary at the Tourism Ministry, Ghanshyam Upadhyay, has sought information from hospitals, trekking agencies and airlines. Yesterday, we had asked the residents of Bhaktapur and Chitwan what they think about the tax raised by the local units. In our Public Voice segment, let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
जुन हिजोको 50 रुपैयाँको चिज अहिले 1000 रुपैयाँ तिरेको छ भने जस्तो हिजो 1000 4000 तिरेको आज हामीले 25-30 रुपैयाँ तिरेका छौँ कर त्यो अनुसार हामीले सुविधा पाउनु पर्यो र त्यो अहिले सही ठाउँमा युज गर्नु पर्यो
व्यवसाय नै विस्थापित हुनुपर्ने अवस्था अहिले आइरहेको यस्तो अवस्था देखिरहन्छ यस्तै गरेर बढ्दै जाने भने त समस्या भइरहन्छ
5000 तिरेको करलाई 25000 पुर्याएको छ यो चाहिँ वास्तवमा व्यवसायलाई विस्थापित गर्ने हिसाबले नै गरेको छ यसले चाहिँ व्यवसायहरूलाई एकदम निरुत्साहित पारिरहेको
कर उपयुक्त तरिकाले हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा लाग्दछ
जनताहरूले स्थानीय सरकार आएपछि सिंहदरबार नै घर घर आउँछ भन्ने सोचेका थिए त्यसको ठ्याक्कै उल्टो अहिले चाहिँ सानो एउटा संस्कारको जन्म दर्ता र मृत्यु संस्कारको शुद्ध कर बढाएर जनताले सुख हैन जन दुःख पाएको महसुस गरिरहेछन् अहिले
कर एकैचोटी भत्ते बढाउनु हुन्थेन जस्तो
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why have the talks between the government and Dr. Casey not gained momentum? Your options are A. Rigid government, B. Dr. Casey not giving up stand, and C. No mediator. The voting is on. You can type any WS, select your option A, B or C and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Pakistani openers Fakhar Zaman and Imam ul Haq have set up new world record in one-day international cricket. The openers duo set up a new record of 304 runs for the opening wicket partnership in the fourth one-day international played against Zimbabwe in Bulawayo yesterday. The record was previously set in the name of Sri Lankan openers Sanath Jayasuriya and Upul Tharanga, as the Lankan duo had scored 286 runs. Fakhar Zaman scored his career's maiden double century, remaining unbeaten on 210 runs that included 24 fours and 5 sixes. The other opener, Imam ul Haq, scored 113 runs. Zaman also became the first Pakistani player to register a double 100 in one-day international cricket. The big effort by the openers meant that Pakistan piled up a mammoth 399 runs for the loss of just one wicket. In reply, Zimbabwe was bowled out for 155 runs to hand Pakistan 244-run victory. Pakistan has already clinched the series and leads the 5-match series 4-0. More sports update. Real Madrid has signed Brazilian forward Vinicius Jr. in a 6-year deal. The club had sold its star player Cristiano Ronaldo only a few days ago. The 18-year-old striker Vinicius left Brazilian club Flamengo to join Real Madrid for a reported fee of £35 million. His contract at the Galacticos will last till 2025. Real had signed a contract with Vinicius last year itself. However, his transfer was put on hold due to his age. According to international law, football clubs cannot sign players below 18 years of age. Vinicius has already played for Brazil's under-15, under-17 and under-20 teams. The teenager had made 37 appearances for Flamengo, managing to score 7 goals. The national cricket team is to play its first warm-up match today for the upcoming T20 Triangular Series in England. Nepal will see England's local club Hampshire Hugs for a 50 overs match at Willey Town Road, which will start at around 5 p.m. Nepal time this evening. Likewise, in the other 3 practice matches, Nepal will play a T20 against St. Cross on the 23rd of July, a 50 overs match against East London 11 on the 25th of July, and another T20 against East London Shark on the 26th of July. These practice matches will lead to Nepal's participation at the T20 Triangular Series to be played at cricket's Mecca, England's Lords. The tournament will take place on 29th of July and will see the Netherlands and a Marylebone Cricket Club MCC along with Nepal. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Dialogue between government and Dr. Govinda Casey remains elusive even as Dr. Casey's hunger strike enters the 3rd week. Government reluctant to call off the controversial medical education bill. Government prepares to allocate billions of rupees to purchase weapons for Nepal army. Nepal police still forced to rely on outdated firearms. Motion of no confidence against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government moved by the opposition defeated by voice and division vote. And Pakistan opening duo of Fakhar Zaman and Imam ul Haq set the world record of 302 runs for the opening wicket partnership against Zimbabwe. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a great day ahead.